That's right. It's the morning show right here on KVVB TV, channel 33. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Great to have you with us. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
So we got lots to talk about today. In fact, a little bit later on, we're going to be talking about Google and how you can actually be safe, especially with all the new products, because there's a lot of new technologies. We've talked about it most recently about the Ring and the whole debacle of course, their how should we put it? How do you put it? Like, kind of, how do you say it so that you feel still safe at night? Um, you want to be protected from prying eyes. Just saying. So there you go. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit around the corner. Also, the Lioness Group's very own regular contributor here to our show, Melissa Gonzalez, is going to be spending time with us, talking to us about the latest in retail. Especially, there's a big retail industry event. Some things that you may or may not have even known was going on behind the scenes that you might want to know about, especially around the corner with that. And Applebee's got some pretty cool specials. We'll be talking about that around the corner. All that and more. But first, I got to ask you, Jesse, quick question. You watch a lot of TV shows. Is there a TV show that's worth binge watching at this moment in time?
Well, the only one that's currently on my list, which who recommended it to me? Sean, the other engineer here. Uh, I don't know if you've ever heard of Messiah.
Oh, on Netflix. Well, I've heard of
Yes.
the Messiah, like, biblical reading day in
Yeah.
and day out, go to church every Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday type of Messiah. But what Messiah are you talking about?
It's something. I'm trying to. He gave me like a short little cliff notes about it. Apparently, Jesus is or some guy that's There you go. Some guy impersonating Jesus is walking around doing miracles and stuff in our
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, very controversial, by
So
the way, because I
yeah,
so you saw it, so you could. I haven't seen it, by the way. I'm on the fence on seeing that for several reasons. But just out of curiosity, do you like it? Did you think it's good? Is it
I saw one episode, but it was enough to make me go back and watch some more. So
okay? Okay, I believe Brazil's trying to ban it, because
really,
yeah, because the big topic around. I don't know. Okay, we'll talk about that around the corner. We got to take a break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we are on a commercial break, so we haven't gone live back on air. But just to give some perspective of that film, the reason it's getting so much controversy and talked about so much so that even Brazil said, I don't know if they passed it. I think they did. I think they told Netflix to like not air that in their country, is because now for those that don't know, let's see here. It says, and this is an article published by USA Today. I'll just read their version here. Brazil's police were investigating a video on social media. Shows a no, that's not it. No, 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 no. Did I get the wrong one? Yeah, I got the wrong one. Long story short, I believe this is the one where the Messiah is now insinuated as gay and he smokes weed. Is that correct?
Oh, that one, Gay Jesus or something like that. I think it was called, or
So is that not this one though, or is that
no, no, that's a different one.
that's a different one?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll find the name for you. Let's see if we can find it first. We have 20 seconds.
Oh, so that's a different one. So this is the other
Yes,
one.
yes.
Great, good to know. All right. So I was like, how are we gonna complicate that more? so so Messiah, check it out. I guess right. Either way, I don't know.
2 seconds.
I just didn't want to get banned. That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. Great to have you with us. On today's show, we're going to be talking about how to keep safe with your electronic devices. There's so many different ones out there, all connected to the online World Wide Web. And you're probably thinking, wait, can I get hacked? But we're going to talk to Google on some expert tips around the corner with that. So you're definitely not going to want to miss that. Also, coming all the way from the East Coast is Lioness Group's very own pop-up shop expert, Melissa Gonzalez, will be talking with us a little bit about retail, everything retail. There was a really big convention which just occurred over on the East Coast. She'll give us some details and things that you may want to know and think about in the future. I mean, who knows? I mean, there might be somebody listening or tuning in that says, you know what, I want to create my own retail space, or perhaps you already have your own retail space. We met a business owner yesterday that actually is really great. They serve amazing tacos. More on that another time because they are fantastic. And, you know, a husband wife team doing it all on their own. And you got to give props to that because, of course, it's about small business, right? So we'll be talking about some business with Melissa Gonzalez around the corner. Also, Applebee's very own has a great special. Again, like I said, if you have not checked it out, go check it out. It is an all-you-can-eat. Like I'm thinking about going back again today, possibly. I think they have another special today. Oh, and plus, if you go to the particular one in Beaumont and Banning, you'll actually get a special discount just by mentioning KMET Radio. How cool is that? I don't know if you have to know the whole thing, KMET 1490 AM, but it can't hurt, right? So there you go. And we got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
Now, Jesse, before we went to the break, you recommended that we all check out a show called Messiah on Netflix. And you were asked if I had ever heard of Messiah, and like to say I've ever since I was born, actually. My parents taught me about Messiah a lot. So, but tell me, what's this Messiah film? What's it about? How does it go?
The series focuses on the modern world's reaction to a man who first appears in the Middle East, uh, who pretty much looks like Jesus. And I think he's performing miracles, and everyone's all like, is this actually Jesus? And so there are some CIA officers investigating whether he's the real deal or not. So it interested me.
All right, all right.
But
Yeah, I see here. Let's see. It ends up. Let's see. The story goes that an Iranian Messiah appears in the Syrian desert claiming to be a miracle worker. Then there's Jewish CIA uh, wanting to like prove him as a fraud, and then more assumes that as well. So there you go. Very, very interesting. So I check it out. I don't know. Jesse, so you'll get back to us on that, right? Is it all a full season? Is it like a series? I take it.
it's a full season, 10 episodes. I believe it got renewed for season 2.
Oh, okay. All right. Because there was that other one that Netflix did, which was a lot of controversy, right? And it was like
Yes,
gay
I actually have
Jesus
the
and
name of that.
yeah.
It's called
So I
Earth.
I wasn't sure if this was that one because I was like they're gonna ban us in Brazil. Brazil went and banned that other movie. So I don't. I look. You know what? It looks like Netflix is like, you know what? We're gonna create some controversy because we can. And so there you go. I think this one also has some more controversy on that as well. But we'll leave that to them and less to us. Okay. Switching gears up though, Jesse, you brought up a very interesting question to me, and I'm about to go to that. But first, I'm going to go to one which I have to applaud this young girl. Okay. This and one ties in with the other, by the way. Trust me on this. Okay. So there was this young lady who I have to give her props. She did the right thing. Okay, this is a perfect example of, I mean, as best as she could under the circumstances. And this is involving a young girl who took it upon herself. She's 14 years old. And this is one of those, like, you know what? You kind of want technology in these type of spaces, right? In a space that you can help yourself. So the girl provided video evidence of an alleged assault to the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office in Florida, prompting the arrest of 47-year-old Damon Becknell on January 2nd. That's according to a report by ABC News that was retrieved. A 14-year-old girl resorted to installing cameras in her bedroom and recording the alleged physical abuse she endured because no one believed her. That's according to her mom and police. In the two videos, the girl showed authorities a Becknell could be seen headbutting her, grabbing her by the hair, and throwing her head against the bed. That's according to the arrest report. He also could be seen pulling a knife on a dog and yelling, "I will cut this bleepity bleep," and you get the rest, okay? While the girl's in the room and pleading with him to stop. Becknell was charged with felony child abuse, tormenting an animal, and much, much more. The girl's mom, who was not identified to protect the identity of her daughter, told ABC Pensacola affiliate Where that the girl had tried to report the alleged abuse for years, but no one believed her. Her daughter then installed cameras to provide proof. The mom does not have custody of the girl, who's now living with Becknell's best friend. The sheriff's office declined to tell ABC News if or how the girl and Becknell are related, citing a state law that protects the identities of child abuse victims. Becknell was released, though. Released. He was released after all that video. On January 3rd, after posting $4,000 bail, and is due before a judge on February 4th. This is the part where I have a big problem with. You got caught on camera. It's very obvious, and you only had to pay $4,000. Whereas you have other kind of crimes where you have to pay like $1,000,000. And that part, it still astounds me. Sometimes the court system's really quite odd, quite odd. But what do you think about that? Responsible, I mean, as best as possible, this young girl, I feel bad that she had to resort to this, that no one would believe her in the first place. I'm very surprised that they wouldn't. But, however, what do you think about this story, Jesse? Smart girl?
Yeah, very smart. And
Yeah.
my jaw was dropped when you were just talking about that. I was like, good lord, I can't imagine what she went through.
Yeah, and I hate to talk about this at the beginning of the show, but it's a testament to others out there that are in a position where you're like, how do I get out of this, right? How do I get out of this situation? Nobody believes me, but there's so many new apps. I mean, used for bad mostly, but there's some used for good that on your iPhone can instantly start recording. Nobody know. I don't know how or what camera system she used to be able to do this, but I could imagine. My only my frustration there again is letting the guy out that quick out of after bail after you've seen all this, and then you're like, okay, well, so now the young girl's like, great, he's going to come after me. I mean, I feel bad for her, and we've supported organizations like this. There's one in Covina which deals with this, and the Children's Advocacy Group in Covina, they do exactly this. They take care of the young ones, their testimonies. They make sure that they can share it. They have all the cameras on so that their testimony right there can be used in court, so they don't have to relive it again. Great organization, great nonprofit. However, when I hear situations like this, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is sad and terrible. Yet she had to do what she had to do in order to prove it. Now you have the proof, and you let the guy go on bail. Who am I to interfere on this? But seriously, now we switch gears though onto a lighter topic of something you don't want to do. And Jesse, maybe you could preface this by helping me out and let me know exactly what it is this young child did.
Yeah, I think the closest thing it would be to calling or crying wolf, where
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Long story short, right, Jesse? This because you asked me at the beginning. You said, "What would you do?" And I think this is a good question for all of us. What would you do if you saw? What was it, Jesse? Oh, he's getting our next caller. What would you do if you saw the sign? This is the sign. Help me. She's not my mom. Help. And this is in the car right next to you. What would you do, right? I thought, oh, well, I know exactly what I would do. I would like, it doesn't matter what I would do. Here's the punchline to the story. That was her real mom. So there you go. You got exactly like here we got one which is not right in a situation the girl had to do what she had to do. Concerned motorist called it California police after spotting a juvenile holding a troubling sign up to the backseat window. At around 5 p.m. Saturday, police received an alarming call about a vehicle in Sacramento, California. According to the California Highway Patrol, drivers spotted a female juvenile in the back seat of the vehicle saying, help me, she's not my mom, help." Two motorcycle officers and K-9 unit responded, made a high-risk enforcement stop, as well as they should. This is what you do in the event of this. After speaking with the driver, though, officers realized it was a joke. The girl's mother was driving and was unaware of what her daughter was doing in the back seat. The driver was contacted, and it was determined that the juvenile had made it all up and thought it was a fun thing to do. CHP is using the incident to remind parents they should be aware of what their kids are doing in the car. And South Sacramento said this is a reminder parents need to be aware of what their children are doing in the back seat at all times. 6 units were assigned to this call instead of responding to legitimate calls or patrolling their beats because of this hoax. So, lesson be learned, young with children out there. If you are reporting a crime, which isn't a crime at all, I don't know what happened here in the end result. What would you do? I don't know what I would do as a parent. I mean, I think I would let the officer say, you know what, talk to the young one and do what you will. Because, right? Isn't that, I think that's what we want to do. I don't know. I'm just saying. But there you go. Okay, we got to take a quick break here on the morning show. When we get back, we're going to be joined by our next visitor right here of the morning show. We'll stay tuned right there. We'll be right back right after these messages. All right, so there you go. Mom saying the first girl is wise, by the way. Big shout out to Melinda, who's tuning in over there, and her son, Oscar, the Game Boy, who does great reviews of great events. I think he's going to be doing a review for us around the corner for Monster Jam. Pretty cool. The last one he did was for Not Scary Farm, and many of you saw that and said, "Wow, can't wait." Jesse, did you partake in the Not Scary Farm this last year? I don't remember.
No, I did not get a chance to.
Oh, but you wanted to, right? You were like this close.
Yes.
Yeah.
So close.
I send Oscar. I can't do it. I just don't need nightmares. Oscar's got like strong will, brave young one he is. Stephanie Reed says hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine and awesome busy day for today. But as a parent, let's go back to that. What would you do? What do you do with your child who's now? I can't fault the child entirely because I don't know the other circumstances. Now, as a police officer, if I was a police officer, I would have taken the young child aside and asked what the reality was. Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe that was the only way to get response. This is how my mind thinks. Now, if it were truly a joke, like truly, because sometimes kids like they get smart and then all of a sudden they get scared. They're like, oh, I better not. You know, I mean, I think that little one's going to get the belt going home because I would have done that as a kid. If I would have thought of that or heard of that, I probably would have been like, you know what? I'm not going to get punished if if the police take me away right now because I feel like she told me you're going to wish you were never born, and I took that literal, officer. Don't, right? So there you go. Got Josue over there. Good morning, Josue. Tuning in from the beautiful city of Norwalk.
We got 20 seconds.
All right. Football, by the way. Oh my goodness. What news? I've been waiting for this segment. And baseball. Oh my God, don't get me started on baseball. Astros.
2 seconds.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, KVVB TV 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. It's that time for our favorite guest of Applebee's, yes, General Manager, Mr. Bill Nordby in Beaumont and Banning location. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Good morning, Aaron, and all the KMET listeners. Yes, we had four exciting games, and one major upset on the Pick'em, which Tennessee Titans. Nobody saw the Tennessee Titans beating the Baltimore Ravens, but they did. So, but we still had actually we had 5 people that thought that, and 5 people that got all the other home game right. So. We had to go to the tiebreaker, and lo and behold, we actually have a tie. So I'm going to have to give out 2 gift certificates this week. One to Jennifer Barkle, and one to I know him. I don't know his last name, but his name is Leo, and that's what he got on his card. So Leo and Jennifer Barkle, come on down and get $25 gift certificates. They were the 2 that knew that all 3 home games, the San Francisco 49ers, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Green Bay Packers, they were going to win. That wasn't so much of a stretch, but they knew that the Tennessee Titans were going to have the major upset of the weekend over the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, okay, so before we get to that, because I've just got one question that's like teeming in the back of my head. Have you run out of any shrimp and or riblets lately?
Well, I have had to go down to Fontana, where our food distributorship is, more times than I can count. So we get 2 deliveries every week, and it's not quite enough. So I've had to, in between deliveries, I've had to go down there and fill up my car with shrimp and riblets and boneless wings and all kinds of different things that go into this promotion, because it has been going very well. People love their all-you-can-eat $12.99 double crunch shrimp, Applebee's riblets, and now with boneless wings. And it's $12.99. You can start with one, move over to the next, try them all, keep going until you're full.
Well, okay, so back to the sports segment. I have to switch gears just a bit, okay? Because I know you're as big of a baseball fan as I am. What do you think about the whole Astros and that whole debacle over there? Because many are asking, can you trust it? What do you think? What was your opinion when you heard the story?
Well, being a diehard Angels fan, I was somewhat happy to see that. And then also the Red Sox are dealing with the same thing. Cora has just got fired from the Red Sox, so that's 2 major teams, 2 teams that have vie for the American League Championship every year, facing some troubles and perhaps going to stumble a little bit this year and clearing the way for some of the second-tier teams like the Angels, and that's the way I'm looking at it, is that I can't imagine either of those 2 teams doing as well as they have done recently. So they're going to probably both have off years, and I know that the owner of the Houston Astros is going to be his own general manager, and that sometimes runs into problems when you try to be your own general manager, and he's got to go out and find a coach right now, as does the Red Sox. So I'm feeling a little bit better as an Angels fan today.
Yeah, the Astros, being caught kind of with their hand in the cookie jar. I don't. People are like, how can I trust? I don't think the whole organization should, but they're going to have to, because people are going to be like, oh, it's going to be the talk of the town, as it is on our show as well. So I don't know, but I know, well, that's what happens when you get your hand caught. You get, you ruin it for everybody. I don't know. I guess he didn't grow up with a good mom or dad to have him say, don't cheat, no cheating for you over there. Okay, but switching gears. Okay, so really cool football news. We've narrowed down the choices. Does your top picks change based on this, on the new format there, as to who's going to go to Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, because I was as surprised as anyone, except for Leo and Jennifer Barkle. I was surprised as anybody that the Baltimore Ravens lost to the Tennessee Titans. So that was a major upset, and so I kind of had them going all the way. And,
I remember that.
If not, certainly looks like Kansas City. I kind of thought they would maybe get it in there if they could beat the Ravens. Since the Ravens aren't there, they're going to have a game in Kansas City against those Tennessee Titans. And I'd like to think that the Kansas City Chiefs are prohibitive favorites, but those Tennessee Titans have proved themselves pretty well against the Baltimore Ravens. So I expect to see a great game at 12:05. It'll be on TV to hear at Applebee's, and then the late game is the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. That's an old-time game. That's kind of a 1980s game. They used to play each other a lot, going for the NFC Championship, and that's going to be in San Francisco. And my money's still on Green Bay on that one. So I think it's going to be Green Bay and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. You heard it here first, and that is actually a repeat of the very first Super Bowl, Super Bowl I, which back then they didn't even call it Super Bowl. They called it the AFC-NFC Championship game in 1967, and it was Green Bay that Vince Lombardi's Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs 35-10.
All right.
So
Okay.
we could have that.
I like your selection. I'm going to go with one of my favorite teams, the 49ers, that they're going to be in the Super Bowl. Is that as far a stretch?
Yeah.
What do you think?
And that's not a stretch at all, and I'll bet you they actually will be favored to beat the Packers. It is in San Francisco. That game, I think, is going to be an incredible game, and I wouldn't want to miss that one. That's going to be a great game. Green Bay Packers and San Francisco 49ers. I'm definitely going to be in front of a TV for that one.
All right. As always, we appreciate you and all of the team over there at Applebee's giving us our unlimited all-you-can-eat shrimp, riblets, and wait for it, oh, so good, buffalo wings, by the way. Really quick before we let you go, though, is there a menu item that oftentimes is overlooked, although it is so good, and you're like, man, if people would just try this a bit more, I would have to go make a run for this item?
Yeah, well, right now, the prime rib dip sandwich is my go-to sandwich. And there's a little joke around here whenever they see a prime rib dip in the window, and they say, oh, that must be Bill's. So that's my new go-to sandwich, and it's thinly sliced prime rib topped with grilled onions and melted American cheese, served on toasted cheddar roll with house-made herb mayo and French au jus. It's really delicious. It's for dipping, and of course you got your French fries for dipping too, and it fills you up very nicely. And
all
don't
right.
forget, Candy, you can always get 10% off of their bills, all the regular priced items.
Very good. All right,
And
Bill Norby of Applebee's in Beaumont and Banning off the 10 freeway. We thank you very much for spending time with us here on The Morning Show. We'll see you next week.
All right, we'll see you down at Applebee's.
All right, so there you go, Bill Norby, everybody, general manager. Great guy, great team, great. Just whenever I'm in that area, I'm always like, Applebee's, that's where it's at. I can't go anywhere else. Like, even if I wanted to, I couldn't, because I'd be like, I'm at Applebee's. How can I check in anywhere and Bill not be upset at me, right? I don't know. All right, thank God he doesn't follow me on Facebook. All right, we'll be right back right after these messages with more right here of The Morning Show with Melissa Gonzalez of the Lioness Group. Stay tuned.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, we got Melissa over there. Good morning, Melissa.
Morning. Is this better?
Let's see. Okay, for those of you tuning in, we're on our break right here. So we got Melissa Gonzalez. We're hoping we can see over there. Brenda's hooking you up right there. And there we go. There she is.
Oh.
Hi. Good morning, Melissa.
Am I better?
Yeah. We have to work with your camera, though. We'll talk about that after. It's doing an auto. Yeah, no, it's called an auto iris. So it's going from how do I say it? It's auto white is off. So your Yeah, there you go. You look like you went to the
look like you
Bahamas.
went to the Bahamas, Melissa.
Well said.
Well,
Yeah.
nice tan.
I mean, I was recently in Mexico.
There you go.
Oh,
That
there you
makes
go.
sense. Maybe it's not your camera then. All right. So, Melissa, let's talk about this coming up around the corner. I understand you had some fun this week.
I did. I think I know what you're referring to, but
Well, you had a couple big things, by the way. Okay, I'm talking about the fun, like at the
yeah, I
special.
was like, which one are you referring
I
to?
know. I'm sorry. Well, Melissa, for those that don't know, she has some really big news. Maybe we could share it at the end. I don't know if you're ready to share that publicly here live, but
Yeah, I am.
okay.
I am.
So we'll share that. Hopefully, you know what? Let's just start that because we've got a tight show, and I don't want to like miss that. That was big news. But I understand in the retail space, you got to like hobnob with other retailers, which I gotta imagine is kind of pretty fun for you too.
It was a fun week. It was a fun week, and thousands of people descended in New York City to talk about the future of retail. So, lots to share.
Yeah. So okay, but I know
20
you got.
seconds.
I almost want to just kind of take it over and be like, how cool is, because I know she's so happy and we're happy for her too. Okay, here we go.
We have 9 seconds.
And for those of you tuning in, follow them. Lioness Group. You got questions? They got answers. They've got answers. That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. Yes, it's always a delicate balance, challenging talking to our social media audience and you, our radio and TV audience. We appreciate you. Follow us online. One person you can follow online right this minute is Melissa Gonzalez. I follow her at Mel Styles and or Lioness Group. We got Melissa Gonzalez here with us. Welcome back to the show, Melissa.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's a little late, I guess, but Happy New Year, because this is the first time we're live in the new year.
Happy 2020, right? I know, 2020, a whole decade behind us, a decade in front of us. It's kind of pretty cool. And, okay, so quick question. I understand you have some really big news, which is happening for you guys over there at the Lioness Group. I really want to ask for this because for us, it's breaking. And we're so proud of you and proud of what you're doing. I know you're going to be doing some amazing things. Looking at the next decade, you started off pretty strong. Can you share with us the latest news?
Absolutely. Officially effective January, the Lioness Group has merged with the global architecture firm, the MG2. MG2 Enterprise is what we're a part of now. So we're super excited about that. It's really in line with the trends that you're seeing in retail today, and really people wanting brands and retailers and real estate developers really wanting agencies that can help them in a holistic point of view. And we always worked really early stage in ideation and store prototyping, and now we can really be with our clients longer term in rollouts and layer in architectural services. So we're really excited about this announcement that just went public this week.
Well, and I did a little bit of stalking. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of was like, because I went through your pictures, and it looked like you had like already a good working friendship, working relationship that kind of like made it make sense for the both of you. Is that right?
You know, one of the most important things is culture when you're talking about merging, right? And it's also one of the big themes in retail is that the only way that you're going to implement change is if you really start, with the people and the culture of the organization. And so we spent the first really like 5 to 6 months of the conversation just talking about culture. So really excited about how we're going to be able to bring that together.
Well, I'm excited for you as well. Expect really big things from this entire. What is it going to be called? A different name? Is it? How does that work with naming rights?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a really great question. We are still the Lioness Group. I am still the CEO of the Lioness Group, but I'm also a principal and shareholder in MG2 in the larger enterprise. And I think that really signifies that this is really a partnership, and we're really looking to grow and scale together.
Well, if I could just like give a little, tip of the hat, I like the lion because it's like, roar. You want the lion in your corner. I'm just saying, you can't you can't get rid of, no, don't ever get rid of that name. Okay. It's a great name. Because I want to be a little lioness myself. We need t-shirts that say lioness, like, and like I'm kind of like, okay, never mind. I'm gone on topic. Quick question. You were a part
No,
of.
I'm gonna get some swag to you.
Thank you. Oh, dude, that'd be great. Yeah, I'll totally prance around with that. Okay, or row with it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, let's go into retail space because we got limited time with you. Unfortunately, Google's around the corner. I hate to do this to you, but top 3 items which you have covered this week that are some pretty big news for the retail space outlets and or consumers.
Yeah, absolutely. So, from a trend standpoint, what people were talking about is really expecting consumers to continue to support that resale market. People really caring about sustainability and being mindful to the environment, and so that's where the resale market's really seeing a lot of strength, like the Real and ThreadUp, and people really wanting to invest in that. And brands have been hesitant for a long time if they're going to kind of be part of this model, and you're seeing more and more on the luxury brand side, brands getting involved and understanding not only is it an entry point in a way for people to develop a relationship with brands. You can get your Chanel bag for a fraction of the price if you bought it secondhand,
That's what I'm talking about.
and so there's that aspect of it. I mean, hello, Brenda, you know what I'm saying? So check
Yeah.
out the Real. She'll be happy with you.
I,
And then just sustainability as a whole. So not just what consumers are buying, but really starting to think of the whole supply chain, right? And we know that there's been tons of conversation around plastic and people moving away from that. But in general, like how do we use these recycled materials? How do brands and retailers and just manufacture things more responsibly? And you're starting to see the younger generations like Gen Z more vocally saying like I'd rather, if I had 2 items to purchase, I'd rather it be something that's sustainable, and they're wanting the story behind that. And the third is buy online, pick up in store. So as we continue to talk about this omni-channel experience, and we're looking at store design, more and more brands and retailers carving out a footprint for buy online, pick up in-store returns, and really that omni-channel strategy. And it proved in 2019 to be one of the top drivers in traffic. You go on a website, you purchase it, and you go into store and you pick it up, curbside pickup, and all of those themes. And then the last would be dynamic pricing and transparency. And you're seeing that a lot in the grocery market in particular. But literally, you could see prices on a shelf um, changing real time. It's called electronic shelf labels. And I spoke with a company called Pricer in particular that was in from Sweden, and they work with companies like Best Buy in the US and Carrefour and a lot in grocery. And if you think of, it's interesting, you could see a meat on a shelf, for example. If you buy it in the next 2 days, it has one price. If you buy it in the next 4 days, it has a different price, because as it approaches expiration, they start bringing the price down on it. So it's just really interesting how dynamic physical stores are becoming to be more and more like the experiences that we're having online.
Yeah, I admit I felt like as though, like, I know we were used to this with gasoline. I didn't even really can stop to consider as a consumer why the price keeps going up or down based on what supply and demand, right? And so I'm thinking maybe if I just stand there, and it like it's one of these electronic devices, and I wait for the moment it dips down. I'm like, boom, got it. Like, does it work that way or not? I don't know. I got questions need to be answered. I don't think we have time though to answer them.
No, I know it does make sense. They should have that at gas stations, but no, it is that, and also, they're also using dynamic electronic shelves in smart ways too, where you can also learn details behind a product, and you're going to see more and more of that. Like, you're going to learn a lot from the label on their shelf.
I literally was at a gas station and I saw the tick go up, like right as I was like driving up, like what? No, and so
Oh,
that's why I come with that experience. Okay, Melissa, thank you very much for spending time with us, all the way from the East Coast, from the Lioness Group. Congratulations on all the great jobs that you're doing over there. Again, just to tip the scale in the right direction, just say Aaron Michael Sanchez and the entire crew here believe the Lioness Group. Just we all want to be lions. It's like it's obvious. Okay, so keep that. Yeah, rawr. Yeah. There you go. All right.
okay. I'm sending some swag your way.
All right. We'll be looking forward to it. We'll wear it seriously right here on the show. All right. Bye bye. Thank you for joining us, Melissa.
Thanks so much for having me. Bye bye.
All right. Melissa Gonzalez, everybody. Again, great. Well, we met her as just back in the day when she did like this book, The Paradigm Shift, which was a great, fantastic publication. If you haven't already, go check it out. It's on Amazon. We got to take a break. I think we have to. Well, do we have our next guest ready to go? We can jump right into it and save us all some time. Do we have that guest ready to go, Jesse, or not yet? Okay, I feel like, okay, so I feel we need to take a break. Then we'll be right back right after these messages with Google coming up next here on The Morning Show.
Beat National Radio.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mark Spates, who's on LinkedIn, like so many of our good friends. Seriously, you want to connect with people, you go find them on, and he has a toy as his profile. Like, maybe it's not a toy. It might be like a cool product at Google. I don't know. It's kind of just there. I always tell people, like, don't use items as your face, because then when you say, oh, we're following each other, we had a great conversation, they're looking at you. I have one friend who showed up at a film, and I was like, who are you again? Because she's like, yeah, we were, and then I said, can you show me your Facebook? She had a cucumber as her face on her Facebook. I was like, well, no wonder I don't recognize you. Some people don't ever post. I get it. We all want anonymity, but does that even exist? I mean, with like, yeah, seriously, that's a whole other topic. You go into places now, and they're checking your face. Like, biggest Las Vegas. Shoot, they have a great security system there. They can track your face based on what it looks like. They probably already have a picture of you in some database somewhere. Yep. You go in public, you pretty much are being videotaped all the time. You don't even know it. I mean, come on, it's happening in your TVs. Oh, wait, that's
30
right.
seconds.
That's right. That's why we got to talk to Google. How do you get it safe over there? All right. Jesse, do you have a smart, anything smart, like a smart watch, smart TV, smart anything?
10 seconds. I have a smart TV.
You're like, I am smart. I don't need nothing smart to be my smart.
Exactly.
It's called Smart Jesse.
2 seconds.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM and KVVB TV, 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. It's that time for our special guest. You know, a lot of devices are known as smart. They can help you keep track of your schedule, watch live TV, listen to music in your home, enjoy your favorite photos, and stay in touch with family and friends. So did you unwrap perhaps a new one? You're probably thinking, wait a minute, I hear a lot on the morning show of like devices tuning into you and outside public watching your every move. So spending time with us is none other than Mark Spates, who's a tech expert over there at Google. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. You're much needed in our universe here, because we have a couple devices that have cameras in them, and I understand we all kind of need to be aware of this because people have been hacked. People have their information out there. What's the best way to keep safe with all these new electronic devices?
I think first it's really important that we establish, like at Google Nest, what we're really focused on is how we can be helpful in the home. And that ranges from helping you save money with energy using our Nest thermostat, helping you understand what's happening in the home using our Nest cameras, and providing assistance across the home with Nest Hub Max and Nest Mini. But to your point, there are some key things that we want to make sure that we help our users do when they're setting up these devices so that they can be secure and ensure that we respect their privacy.
All right, so take me back to, like, first of all, just anything with the camera. What do you do? Because I understand it also starts at your router system, right? Because that's kind of the first point of entry. Or am I wrong?
Yeah. So no, that's a very good point. The key here is at Nest we definitely respect that the fact that you're bringing these devices into your house like a camera, like you said, that we have to provide users the tool and the tips to set themselves up to ensure that they're secure and private. And a key piece to both your Wi-Fi router or the device you're setting up is your password. And making sure that you have a strong and unique password that you don't use on many accounts, that you change occasionally, and then also that you check on it and its health every once in a while. And at Google, we have a great tool to do this at password.google.com. And so make sure that your Wi-Fi router and the password system that you have there is super strong, but also ensure that that device, when you set up the device, it also has a very strong password.
Yeah, because I know, I mean, the competition known as Amazon's Ring has been the talk of the town as to being hacked. I thankfully haven't heard anything about the Nest, except for really good things, by the way, which, correct me if I'm wrong, the Nest, I used to be in air conditioning, so we used to use the Nest for the thermostat, but I understand now Nest has had, I guess for quite some time, I had no idea about this, a security system feature. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, actually, the portfolio of devices is really large. The Google and Nest teams came together a couple years ago, and so now as you look at the products that Nest operates, we have not only the thermostat, we have cameras, we have smart speakers, smart displays, Wi-Fi, and also the security system, as you mentioned. So there's a wide portfolio of devices to help users get things done in their home.
Okay, so look, some of our resolutions is usually to get fit. Mine, I think my fiance over there, Brenda, was like, you need to have a resolution of getting organized. I think she's upset with my organization skills. Do you have any tips for us over there from Google to get more organized?
Yeah, for sure. And it really is about what do you need to get organized around. So if you're thinking about trying to make sure that you and Brenda have the same schedule and you both can kind of like ensure that the shopping list is in the same place and you're both adding to the shopping list, something like a Nest Hub or a Let's Hub map really helps with coordinating the family. Making sure if, let's say, you want to make sure that your Labradoodle is okay when you're going away, having the Nest camera and being able to check it remotely on your phone. These are really, really awesome things that not only help you get organized, but also give you peace of mind that your home is okay and that it's safe.
Yeah, the Labradoodle is fine, by the way, but I think we need to feed it. Is there a way we can like just tune into the Labradoodle and feed it at the same time? Do you guys have that yet?
And that is a great recommendation. I will take that back to the team.
You're welcome. You're welcome. AaronMichaelSanchez.com. Follow me. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, Nest is a great product. You got a host of great products. Where can people go for more information if A, they want to get organized, B, they want to save their potential relationship, and C, they can be the talk of the town, so to speak?
Yeah, for sure. So if you want to check out the devices that we were just discussing, you can go to store.google.com, and it has all the details about those products. If you want some more extra tips on how you make sure that you set these devices up in a secure way, you can go to google.com/security with more tips around some of the things that you and I discussed today.
Yeah, Mark, I'm going to put you on my speed dial because I got questions, especially with the security feature. We're actually shopping for a security system, but I was going to go with the Ring. I'm so glad I did it. I'm just saying, we were right so close, and I'm like, oh. So, okay, we got questions that need to be answered. We'll hopefully have you back in the future. Okay, Mark?
Yeah, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right. So there you go. Mark Spates over there at Google, making sure you're safe. Again, I can't stress enough. You need to go and create a special password, one which is not easy to learn or easy to know. And once you tell the kids it, you got to make sure that they like. I always like it at least written down in one portion of the house, which is not easily accessible, right? That somebody could just get their hands on. But we live in such a world where you have to be, careful, especially if you throw a lot of parties, a lot of house parties, where you have uninvited guests that like just show up because somebody brought a friend of a friend of a friend. Especially, you need to make sure you have a really good security system set up. That's why we don't invite anybody over. We're like, no, I don't trust no one. No, I'm just kidding. We do invite, but they rarely come out. Okay, so there you go. What do you think about that segment, Jesse? Good idea, bad idea, the nest?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, me too. So
I
I'm
was
gonna
thinking
check that
it's
out.
one for that.
Yeah, I've been in the market for a bit, but I don't want to go with the wrong one because some of these I used to sell security systems, so I know when you get one of these free deals, you always have to end up paying for at least a couple of years. You have a minimum 2-year contract unless you pay all the devices out, and then or if you have a system which is already in place and it's out of the contract, then you can switch to a different monitoring service depending on who you want to go with. So there's that. But I just thought, well, with all these new devices, a lot of them are very expensive when it comes to a camera system. And I really like the camera system idea because I could just check in on the little Batman over there, right? And see that he's okay. Batman's our cat, by the way. Or, Mr. Kitty. And like, are they fighting? And then break it up, you two. Like, I want a speaker intercom, which the Ring has that. But now with all of the security issues, I don't know what's going on over there. So hopefully they fix that. I don't know. I'm rooting for Ring at this point because I've seen it work really well. I just don't know. I hope they do. I hope they do something. I don't see how they cannot not do something. I mean, they are Amazon. They only got like lots of money over there. All right, but switching gears up, Jesse, I'm going to go to something that I think we all can appreciate a little bit of, because I like to fight people's self-control when it comes to their resolutions. Like Jesse, you have a resolution like I do about trying to eat healthy, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to challenge your self-control with this item. Wait for it. They are
Uh-oh.
coming up during Easter, which is not bad because I mean, if you like, really, watch what you eat, and then you could be like, okay, I can have a little bit. Pink Easter egg Oreos are coming in February, and there you go. Wait, what? They're coming in February? I thought Easter was in March. I don't know, but so what do you think about that? Good idea? Bad idea? Along the long list of ideas that Oreo has had, instead, I just like the original Oreo.
Yeah, just give me some original Oreos.
Although
It
this
sounds
looks
good.
kind of
Oh,
delicious. I mean, it's kind of like the original Oreos with just egg-shaped design, right? I mean, you got to get your hands on one of these, I think. It's limited edition. It's a festive pink tinted golden Oreo, so no fancy new flavor. See, they got something right over there. Somebody called in and said, "You do realize these are still sitting on shelves everywhere. Nobody's taking you seriously. But why don't we go the opposite end? Just change the cookie shape." I think this is a great idea. Okay, I'm on with this one. According to the packaging, there will also be 5 different cookie designs in each package. Fun for the whole family. This isn't the first time Oreo has released an Easter-themed cookie. Back in 2017, Peeps Oreos were introduced to the world of fun creations made of 2 golden cookies and bright pink marshmallow Peeps flavored cream covered in sugar. So there you go. All right, so good idea, bad idea, bad idea. That's a good idea. Let us know on social media. We want to hear. Would you pick yourself up a pack of these? I don't need to because I don't really. Easter's not really my thing. I mean, but egg-shaped cool Easter things is like those little shapes are. I kind of want to take a bite out of that, right? Am I wrong on this? All right, I don't know. And then there's this Pat Sajak. Did you see that? Well, because he's been away for a bit. Well, of course, coming back to Wheel of Fortune, right? Who doesn't love that show? I think you got to be cold-hearted not to like Wheel of Fortune. But Pat Sajak was greeted with a standing ovation Monday night. The 73-year-old, 73. He looks good for 73. All these game show hosts are up and in the years, and they throw out their mid 70s. I'm like, wow, I hope I look that good in my mid 70s. But he had emergency surgery in November, was forced to miss 3 weeks of taping. He bashfully asked the in-studio audience to take their seats, and amid the uproarious Applause. He jokingly said, I don't know whether you're happy to see me or if you're leaving because Vanna's not hosting. Well, Pat was out. Longtime letter turner. Vanna White stepped in to host. Vanna admitted she was very nervous because, I mean, that's big shoes to fill, especially when you're just used to, walking across and then touching the letters, right? I think I need to like, doot. I didn't change, but I could, right? I could do that. Like, your next letter is, I would like that job. They need to switch it up. Her hosting, I'll be the letter. What do you think, Jesse? Good idea? Bad idea? You could do it too, by the way. We could try out together. You could be on the one side of the monitor, and I'll be the other side because I don't want to have to walk back and forth. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I think you could do it. I think you could rock it.
Yeah, and then we could be like baseball, outfielders when it's like the one right in the middle. You're like, you want it? You want it? No, I want it. I want it first, and it'd be fun. No, not going to work. All right. Stay out of the game show world? What? It's my favorite world. All right, so there you go. But yeah, so good job. Vanna was hosting the show. Pat's daughter, Maggie Sajak, filled in also as a guest. Letter turner 1 week. Pat admitted he was very proud. He also admitted that Maggie and Vanna's chemistry may have been a little too good. In other words, now he's like, although I don't know at what age he's going to want to retire, but you got to wonder who they're going to hand off that to, right? Because that's a big show to fill. But he said to Vanna, he says, you two made a very nice team, and I was a little nervous about how good you two were together, but that's all right. So there you go. But hey, obviously doing good. Glad he's recovered, and good job over there. So I understand the other game show host as well. Oh, Jeopardy! Yeah, that's right. Jeopardy made some news in the headlines as well. Ken Jennings, remember him? Ken Jennings, how could you forget, right? Ken Jennings just doing all that he could do. Well, he is actually the greatest winner after a $0 wager and correct final answer. Ken Jennings became the undisputed greatest Jeopardy champion of all time and said he, quote, had no idea what to do after you win. He says, turns out you walk over, stand next to Alex Trebek, and he says, I just remember feeling shocked. I have been in a lot of these Jeopardy super tournaments, and I have an amazing talent for finishing second. So he called it a really great honor to be a part of the game show that would span generations like almost nothing else. So good job over there. Good job all of the hosts as well. Alex Trebek, Pat Sajak, Aaron Michael Sanchez, Jesse Sanchez around the corner with our new game called, wait for it. Oh, we don't have time to release that? Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Make it a great day, everybody. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. All right, we see your social media comments over there, checking it out. We appreciate you. Let's see, we got Mom over there talking about, she's upset. She has been feisty this last week. She says, ground her, take her to the police station to have a policeman have a stern talk. I like that word, stern. Stern talk and what the outcome could be if she does it again. We don't need police involvement on bogus pranks. Wow. Mom's like kicking it up a couple notches. Tame down, Mom. Whoa. No, seriously, that's what I had to grow up with, kids. See, you think my mom was all, no, she's so nice and so jolly and so fun. Yeah, that's because I grew up and moved out. Because before, oh my goodness, it was like World War III in the house. Seriously. Okay, it was never that bad. I jest. But there you go. No, as you can tell, my mom and I have always had a very close relationship, a long relationship. I mean, she did give birth to me, so who am I to say anything bad about her parenting style? Let's see. She went on to say, taxpayers pay enough to keep us safe and have a relative protected, serve environment. In fact, she shouldn't have her phone after she gets home from school 1 month until she can have her phone back. Whoa, wow. Again, hold up. Again, this is the same woman who grounded me for watching a rated R movie when I was 15 for a week. No car privileges. Yeah, I was driving at 15 and a half. All right, people, we appreciate you. Thank you very much for spending time with us here on The Morning Show. Maybe you have your own mom's or dad's story you want to share with us. Let us know on social media. We'll see you tomorrow, same place, same channel. Make it a great one, everyone. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well.